Hello there. I've been asked a number of times to see if I could look into a video that the National Party have put up on their TikTok page where they make some interesting comments and break it down a little bit to see just how accurate or inaccurate those comments are. So there's going to be a little bit of a stop-starty kind of video as we break down what Nicola Willis has said on TikTok.
Our TikTok has been spammed.
Having potential voters come onto your public page and ask questions that you should be able to answer because you're saying you have all the answers as a political party is not spamming. And yeah, you might get the same question an awful lot, but there's an awful lot of people out there who have the same question. It's not spamming, and saying that it is, that's a misdirection at best.
So here's what's been going on. People are asking us, why is petrol so expensive? Well, Labor has announced that if elected, in order to fund their promises, they will be hiking petrol taxes by another 12 cents a litre.
Okay, so it's 12 cents a litre over 3 years. So that works out to be 4 cents a litre per year, which, while not ideal, is not 12 cents a litre all hitting you at once at the pump.
That's going to cost you about $8 every time you fill up. Well, what's National going to do about it? Well, we will not increase petrol taxes if we are elected.
Well, actually, at the stand-up that you gave in Parliament after this announcement, you said that you would increase fuel taxes if elected once inflation gets under control, which Treasury is currently saying is going to be in about 12 to 18 months' time. We should see it at that 1 to 2% level again.
In fact, we'll reduce the income tax that you.
But don't worry, because they're going to give you a tax cut. And if you're one of those really lucky few that earns between $54,000 and $70,000 a year, along with your partner, and you have 2 kids in full-time ECE, then you might get $125 a week in tax cuts. Of course, those fees come at the cost of ECE because they're going to take those subsidies away, as well as subsidies on things like public transport to get there, and cut the amount of backroom workers in terms of a whole bunch of government departments, which means a whole bunch more issues at frontline. That's not the point. The point is you could get a tax cut. The problem is, for most people, that tax cut is actually going to be really quite small, unless you are a millionaire property owner or a really specific group. For example, a minimum wage worker earned more over the pay rise increases from the minimum wage over the last year than what's been offered in terms of tax cuts from the National Party.
Pay will put downward pressure on rent.
It's so weird, this downward pressure stuff, because in 43 years that I've been around, I have never once met a landlord that has willingly gone and reduced somebody's rent because they can, because the government is giving them massive tax breaks. It's not what happens, and we all know it.
And downward pressure on inflation.
So despite the fact that there's a kind of inflationary nature to the foreign home buyers system that they've got set up that will supposedly bring in a lot more than economists all over the country have said, there's other issues around inflation that come into play here that the government doesn't have a control on. Things like the war in the Ukraine or supply chain issues. And the war in the Ukraine is a big one because there ain't nothing we can do about that. And supply chain issues have actually been improving gradually since 2022 with supply chain costs coming down as new pathways open up. But that's not to do with the government. What the government can do to help, though, is increase the number of skilled migrant workers. But the National Party have said that they want to cap migration at 8,500 people, and they're not really looking at bringing too many hugely skilled migrants in that don't require training.
Because we know, in a cost of living crisis, we need to make your life more affordable, not more expensive.
You know, it would actually help make things more affordable, controlling those things that government can control. So if you're doing a tax plan, for example, that's going to rake in more money like you claim, and putting that money towards something like fuel tax or GST decreases, that's going to help people a lot more than a tax cut of $10 a week and something that helps really super rich people and landlords. But of course, people pointing this out to you is what you'd consider spamming. So I guess that's not going to happen. Just like the release of the full tax plan spreadsheet.